Hey guys, it's Esteban again with Incognitistic. I want to talk about the different things that we are accused of when we are autistic, ADHD, or both. And one of the major things that I know that gets thrown out there is that we are gaslighting people. And gaslighting is when you try to convince somebody that their reality is incorrect and that your reality is the correct one through manipulation. And oftentimes, what we do that looks like gaslighting to neurotypical people is that we're trying to explain to somebody our personal reality, how we saw something, how we think of something. We're not trying to force our opinion on them, at least not usually. It's not a debate. It's more of us expressing ourselves, trying to let the other person know that we might not see the same thing as they do. And, it's really interesting because this can be something that anybody can go through, neurotypical or not. But it seems like we get blamed for it quite a bit. And we're not trying to manipulate uh, somebody into believing that their reality is not correct. We're not doing what we do maliciously. We do it to explain. And again, that goes back to us getting in trouble for being ourselves and having to explain every single thing that we do that is perceived as wrong. And as we go through life, we develop the ability to explain ourselves ad nauseum. And this is one of the things that this so-called gaslighting uh, by autistic people is manifested through. Another thing that we are accused of a lot is being controlling. And yeah, we like to control our environment. We like to make sure that we have variables and contingencies that create comfort for us that we are able to anticipate and expect. And when something is not uh, foreseeable and something is not within the scope of our flowcharts and our patterns and behavior and habits, it can throw us off quite a bit. So, to the point where we can feel pain from it, we feel exhaustion, we feel the same thing as if you've been speaking to people who were hostile towards you for hours. And so, of course, we want to control the things that are around us, the variables. And sometimes that looks like we're trying to control another person. So that can be seen as just a basic example is an autistic person has a hyper focus and hyper interest in the way the dishwasher works. And so the person decides that based on research and information that they have gleaned, that silverware and knives have to face upward in the dishwasher when in its rack. And then the other person puts the silverware and knives facing downwards. And the autistic person kindly asks the other person to arrange the silverware correctly because it's more efficient that way. And the other person refuses to because the autistic person is being controlling. And I can see how that seems as being controlling. However, if the person who's interacting with the autistic person can see that it's disabling to be thrown off for an autistic person, making that slight accommodation that really doesn't take that much time and effort can make all the difference. And so that's just a basic example. There's so many other like minor accommodations that people could make for autistic people and neurodivergent people of any sort that wouldn't be too difficult. But they have to stand their grounds and tell you that you're being controlling of them because you're trying to ask them or tell them something that you feel comfortable with or that you would prefer. It happens all the time. Happens to me, happens to some of my friends. And, there's just no way around it. I think that it's just going to be perceived as that. And the only thing we can do is just hope that at some point somebody else just understands and works with you. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Take care.